Assalamu alaikum everyone, hope you're all doing well. So I recently purchased this Windows PC, and before that I had the MacBook Pro mid 2012. It was the 15-inch model with 16 gigs of RAM, 256 SSD, and an integrated or dedicated GPU, the GT650M. I used it a lot for editing my videos, and it did quite good for that time with 1080p resolution videos and not that hard of codecs that I used. It did quite good. I also edited 4K videos on it, but of course using proxies. But then I needed a stronger setup to work with 4K videos without having or without needing to do proxies or transcoding the media. And as we know, MacBooks are not that cheap. Apple products are very pricey, even though they are good, but they are very pricey. So I did some searching in YouTube and Google to find a setup for my needs, and the prices were not joking at all. Things got really complicated these past years, and GPU prices are very overpriced. For a cheap setup that can run 4K editing, you had to get to $1,000 at least to have a good setup for video editing. And then I found this alternative of that, and it is the G series of AMD's processors. G stands for APU models that have an integrated GPU inside, and I was quite skeptical of that since I known for ages that GPUs are better to be a dedicated GPU, an NVIDIA GPU or AMD GPU. So I did some searching and I found the 4650G. It's a 6-core CPU with 3.7 gigahertz up to 4.4 gigahertz with boost, and it got 12 threads. I don't know what that means, but it's obviously a good thing. And the integrated GPU is a Vega 7 GPU from AMD, and it's known to be quite good. After that, I searched for a pre-built setup since I don't really know how to build a PC. I found one in a store next to me and I purchased it. And here are the specific parts or specifications that are in this built PC. First, we have the motherboard, the Asus Prime B450MK Mark II, the 4650G AMD processor, an SSD NVMe 256 gigabytes from ADATA, 16 gigs of RAM DDR4 3200 megahertz, and you can choose any of multiple power supplies from 450 watts and up. The case is the Alexander Weiss 303 Black, which is a simple and beautiful case. Without further ado, let's see how it performs in video editing right now. First, we're using the GH5 footage, 422 10-bit, 150 megabits per second, 4K, and this dot will tell us if we have some drop frames or not. And of course, we're using the full playback resolution. As you can see, it plays smoothly and we have no frame drops. Then we're gonna add some color grades on the adjustment layer, and as you can see, it drops a few frames. But if we drop to half resolution playback, it plays very smoothly. Then we're trying some heavy duty text, some essential graphics text, and as you can see, it's having a very hard time playing back. But if we drop to a quarter resolution playback, it plays smoothly. Now we're testing some 50 FPS clips, 8-bit clips, not 10-bit, and it's playing back really smooth. We're gonna add some adjustment layers, some color grade. As you can see, it's dropping some frames, but if we play it at half resolution, it plays very smooth. Then we're gonna add some warp stabilizer, and as you can see, it has no problem. Now we're gonna see how it performs with A7S III footage, 4K, 10-bit 422, and S-Log on top of that. So we're gonna need an adjustment layer and the color grade. As you can see, it dropped some frames, but when we play it at half resolution, it plays smoothly and we have no problem. After that, we have some 50 FPS footage, 10-bit 422, 4K, and when we add some color grades, you can see it dropped significantly. But as always, if we drop it to a half resolution, we can see that it's really smooth. Then we add some warp stabilizer. Of course, it drops some frames, but at quarter resolution, it plays smoothly. And at last, some 100 FPS footage. As you can see, it's not dealing with it at all. And we have to go to 1/8 of resolution playback to get a smooth image. And that's the best that this setup can get you without proxies. At the end, I did an export test for a 1-minute clip, 4K, 10-bit 422 with some additional color grade, and it finished it in 2 minutes and 36 seconds. That was the video for today. Hope you got what you came for, and see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.